Welcome, Houston. We are live with Lee, a fan club, health and fitness, and also wellness, right? Taking care of all your health needs right here. And it's a pleasure to have Lee on the show today. He's going to go into his vision and also into the foundation of what he created right here in Houston. And we're so glad to have him on the show. Welcome to the show, Lee. How you doing?
Thank you. Appreciate it. We're all blessed to be here in Houston, and this is a fantastic opportunity to meet and work with you guys and chat it up and talk about business and life and visions of new opportunities. So let's get started on that. Welcome, guys. I am the owner and creator of Fan Club Health and Fitness, which is a fantastic health, wellness, fitness facility. We're located Galleria 59 and 610 in Houston, Inner Loop. And I've been a Houston guy I've lived in Houston for 48 years. Long time. Many of you know the old Transco Tower that we now call Williams Tower.
Okay.
I saw that built when I was probably 5 years old. Man, it's been a long time. I've seen Houston grow. My parents moved around a lot in the Houston area, but luckily I was able to finish up high school here and from the Katy side, over in Katy. I went to Katy Taylor High School.
Now, what gave you your drive and your motivation?
Yeah, that I've been really lucky in both my parents are entrepreneurs, business owners, and I had the chance to see them growing up, owning. My father's in insurance, my mother's in real estate. A lot of my other family members were entrepreneurs. And at a young age, man, I was the guy hustling, selling fruits and vegetables door to door at the age of 6. And I just loved making money. I loved creating and starting businesses, and carried that on into college. So I went to the University of Houston.
All right, go Cougs.
Yeah, go Cougs. And it was a great opportunity for me to kind of hit my stride. I was able to become president of my social fraternity, Phi Kappa Theta. A lot of my fraternity brothers in Houston today are entrepreneurs on their own and own apartments and restaurants and real estate, and we all collaborate whenever we get a chance. And that was really a really unique opportunity for me to blossom and become very social and learn how to manage the fraternity world and the social world. So I had a lot of mentors. Even I think being in a fraternity world gives you the opportunity to be mentored by your elders, and then you get to pass it on too.
Right. Now, what's the value in mentorship? How do you, because I hear that a lot in a lot of books, they say find your mentor.
Yeah.
How prevalent is that in as far as success?
I think the key is we're so young and dumb and full of ourselves. I think being open to it is the key. If we can find a mentor to guide us and help us go down the path more efficiently, learn from the mistakes that they've already made. Now, as a young buck, we know it all, don't we?
Right.
Right.
Exactly right.
So I was lucky. I was able to tack on and listen to a couple guys, and they were older than me. And once I realized that, man, these are legit business people, and if I really focus on what they're saying, it'll probably help me in life. So I was always looking for mentors. I was the kind of kid at the age of 12. I was reading Tony Robbins books, listening to Zig Ziglar on cassette tapes, and I really got drawn to that kind of stuff, self-help and managing. And I'm not saying I was great at it, but I started that at a young age. I had a really unique opportunity when I was a senior in college at U of H. For my fraternity, I was elected by my peers to be the only undergraduate in the United States to serve on the National Board of Trustees, along with the 10 other old dudes. So I was the only young guy on that board, and that's when it really, these are titans of industry, large companies. My eyes just, wow, this is what's out there in the world, and this is what I can be a part of. And so I really focused and just absorbed all that.
Right. Was that a aha moment as far as I get it? I get it. Everything is starting to gel together.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think when you have opportunities, doors like that open for you, being able to take advantage and realize how important that is. And that's really what I think I did. I look back and realize, man, I probably should have paid attention to that even more than I did in the moment. But, I was the only undergraduate in the United States to have this honor, and I represented all the interests of the undergraduates at the national level. So that was really fun. And then I was involved in University of Houston. I was a dorm resident assistant, for a couple years, president for my fraternity for 2 years. Had a couple jobs on campus, worked for AT&T. Luckily, I don't know if it's luck, I was very athletic my whole life. I stand a mere 5'7". I'm not that tall, but I love sports, and I was pretty good at a lot of different sports. And one year at U of H, I was voted intramural athlete of the year. I could just play a lot of different sports. I wasn't good enough to go play for U of H, or big enough, but that was a really neat honor. And I was just a hustler. I remember in my fraternity house, we had a nice sand volleyball court in the backyard, basketball goal. I remember all my fraternity brothers would joke, "Man, Lee, do you even realize that you're short?" I guess not. Why is that? Because you're jumping out, you're out jumping all of us in the basketball court, the volleyball court, and you're just hustling everywhere. And man, how do you do this? And I think maybe that was just something I had to work harder at.
That's right.
Playing high school football, I was shorter than nobody else, and I just had to rise to the top and use the talents I had.
But the important thing is, a lot of young people, right? They don't get a chance to hear a success story, especially those of us coming out of Houston, right? A lot of times you see the success after it happens, but the build up, right, and the drive and the motivation and the grit, right, it shows them that it can be done. And that's really why I appreciate you for being on the show, because it's tough, because I know you're a busy person, so it's tough to, I don't want to say nail down someone, but it's tough to get someone to do an interview to share their story, which will benefit those also that say that, wow, man, you know what? Listening to his story, man, I think I can do it. I'm motivated. I can actually achieve something, right? Because, man, I'm hearing this guy, and it just don't fall out the sky right into your lap, right? It takes some work, some planning, right?
I mean, we're all busy. We all are, and we all have important lives. And we find time for the things that we find valuable and appreciate, don't we?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're all busy. Elon Musk is busy today, but he's got the same hours I got,
Yeah.
right? I have really been trying to focus. I just was having a conversation in my building. I'm really blessed. I have unique relationships with ex-NFL athletes and high-end business people, normal people like me too. I was talking with a buddy who has some NFL contacts, and much like the NFL, these players coming out of college, their college football career, it's a job.
Right.
And then they get into the NFL, and it might be 5 years before they hit really good money, or 6 years. And you're playing that 9-year, game plan with your eye on the prize at year 10. If I keep doing this, I'm going to get paid some really good money. Not every NFL athlete gets that, but a lot of them will do that. Or maybe they hit it right out of college. So, yes, thank you for the compliment. I'm in my 50s this decade. In my 30s, I was an idiot. You couldn't tell me I was an idiot. And I didn't agree if you thought I was an idiot. Now I'll tell you, I'm an idiot. My name's Lee, and I've made a lot of mistakes. And why don't you tell me what kind of mistakes you've made? I'll probably learn from you, right? So I've had a couple of opportunities in my life to make mistakes and learn, but try to learn from the best to make less mistakes. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, so I finished up U of H with a business degree, and my mindset was, I love sales. Most people do not like sales. I knew from a very young age I was very good at sales, and that's why I would practice with Tony Robbins and Zig Ziglar and these guys, and practice my craft and trade. I knew if I got a business degree and applied any type of sales job, I could probably make really good money. My mother was a real estate agent, business owner. My dad was an insurance salesman, and if they can do it, I can probably do it too, but not everybody likes doing that. I have found in life that a lot of people, here's my sales 101 pitch. You will hear people say, man, I'm just not good at sales. I don't know if I can do that. Right? You hear it. And I ask them, What do you mean by that? Well, man, I kind of feel like I'm having to twist someone's arm to buy something or do X, Y, Z. I said, well, you're looking at it wrong. Let's look at it this way. Sales, true good salesperson, saleswoman, it's two things. Being really knowledgeable about a subject matter and explaining it really well. That's it. Whether you want to buy from me or not, I can't force you to buy from me. But what do I have control over? Really getting good at knowing my subject matter, fan club health and fitness. I know my industry really well. I know the market demographic. I know all of my competitors, what they charge, how many toilets they have, how many parking spots they have. I bet they don't know anything about that of my company. So I'm really good at understanding my subject matter, and hopefully you can tell. I'm really enthusiastic. We're doing 7:30 o'clock that night right now, but and I think I told you, man, I was fading fast, man. I just got a shot, right? I feel energized, and this is fun for me. And I really enjoy being enthusiastic. Why go through life not being enthusiastic? I mean, you have a very infectious personality, and I appreciate that. So if I can control or get better at those two things, it improves the odds that you'll want to do business with me. Right. And all I can do at the end of the day is present, be enthusiastic, and now it's up to you to decide if you want to engage. And if you don't, that's okay. I can't make everybody happy. I can't sell everybody. But I'm pretty good, right?
Yeah. It helps being a people's person.
Which you can practice and learn.
Okay.
Not everybody is born that.
Right.
Some have better certain skills and traits.
Right.
But you can learn that.
Yeah, because some people have the confidence to walk up to an individual that you don't know and present yourself. I mean, it takes work. They say one of the scariest things is to speak in public.
And even I get shy sometimes doing that. And then I ask myself, why? Why? Right? But you're right. I think we can get scared by certain things. I'm a single dad. I have 2 young boys, and I teach them all the time. And it's counterintuitive. And I think America doesn't teach that it's okay to fail. And if you listen to top motivational speakers, they tell you, like Denzel Washington. I love Denzel Washington's speeches. Man, he's like, man, if you're not failing, you're not even trying. Well, you're like, wait. So if I fail, I'm actually making progress? That's so counterintuitive. And you realize, I mean, I've failed a lot. But what I do here at Fan Club Health and Fitness, I'm probably one of the largest in the United States doing. And people walk in, much like the NFL athlete, going, man, you're pretty lucky at this. No! He's been playing ball for 9 years at a consistent rate. Now he's going to get the big money. Right? So you have to just get comfortable with that. I still don't like it. I hate being rejected. If you were to see me as a junior, senior in high school, man, I was shy, not confident, and then something switched on me when I got into college and people started putting me in positions that they thought I was worthy of. And my mind was, well, if they think I'm good enough to hold this position, okay, well then maybe there's something there.
That's right. Because this fan club, health and fitness and wellness, the way you have it designed, I mean, it's unique, it's comfortable, right? You feel good being in here. You know, what gave you the vision to have it set up this way? I mean, for those of y'all, you have to come and take a look at this place.
It's really hard to describe over the phone, and I don't dare to I tell people, just come in the building, let me show you what I got. And I ask them by the time I'm done with my tour, have you ever seen anything like this before?
Right.
100% of the time, everybody's like, no, I haven't. And I'm like, I know you haven't, because I can't find anybody in the United States doing this. I wish I could, because I would take notes and learn how they did it, and probably kick their ass. Because that's how I like to do business. But I'd love to learn something from. Maybe it cut my failure rates down. I wouldn't have to do, a lot of R&D on my own.
Right.
Copy them. My sons and I teach my sons, about the failure, but they also are getting really good. I got a 16-year-old and an 11-year-old. They'll walk into a Chick-fil-A or a Lifetime Fitness type company and look around and see what they're doing really good. And they'll pitch it to me. We were at Chick-fil-A the other day, and I don't know if you noticed, Chick-fil-A does a very good job of catering and marketing and building a community, no matter where that store is. They engage with the high school kids and this and the mothers, and you've seen their commercials. And they have these storyboards. My son said, "Dad, we need to do that inside of our business." I looked at it, I was like, "What is it?" It was just a picture with a QR code. Click on the QR code and it tells a story of what that picture is about. I'm like, that's genius. So we can do things like that. Answer your question. After high school, I did a lot of different types of businesses. Been blessed to own businesses and run businesses. Almost 100% of the businesses I had it wasn't really a business. I was a one-man operation, a sales business, solo business.
Yeah.
I didn't have staff. I didn't have employees. It was just too much nonsense for me, to be honest. And in my 30s, I'm just bullheaded. This opportunity in the fitness world kind of came by accident. I was with my ex-wife for a period of 20 years, and thank God we have kids today, and she's in the fitness industry. And we got into this business purely by accident. And that's another thing about business. I have found that 90% of the people who are in business started with something different in mind than what they're doing today is wildly different. And you have to acclimate and be ready for the change and realize it's going to be okay. So my ex-wife was in the fitness industry as a trainer. Y'all remember Bally's Total Fitness back in the day?
Fitness, right. They said that.
So their largest club was in West University, and that's where she was a trainer. She was college educated, and very sharp kid, and first in her family ever to go to college type gal, but she gravitated towards the fitness industry. So you're right, when they closed in 2008, I was a serial entrepreneur at that point. I was probably trying to start something new business-wise every 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
Bally's closes, West University, and in 2008, so that's what, 16 years ago, there was no fitness left. It was a void.
Right, because I think Gold's Gym closed before Bally's.
Yes, and Gold's was just never a product in Interloop Houston.
Right.
So, this is a little bit more affluent. The big box gyms can't get large real estate here, number one. And number two, it's a suburb product.
Right.
Okay? So when Bally's closed, I saw the writing on the wall. I was like, man, my ex-wife has a captive audience of clientele. And we decided, well, it can't be that hard. Let's go open up a gym. Wow. So we found a 8,000 square foot space, 2 stories, in Westview. And keep in mind, back then, Lifetime Fitness was not really prevalent in Houston yet, and they're kind of the top dog now. LA Fitness was kind of on the market. 24-hour fitness was now coming on the scene, and they were now becoming the main brand. But there wasn't, Equinox wasn't around yet. The boutique markets like Orange Theory and F45, none of that was around. So I said, man, all these people in Westview got to work out somewhere. So we built a little gym, and it's an interesting story, but I had no idea how to go create what kind of business we were going to do. I just knew my ex-wife had clients and she could train them, and we'll figure it out. Another lesson I've learned in business is, have y'all ever heard of the saying paralysis analysis?
Right.
People who just think about it, and I'll think about it, and let me think about it a little bit more, and then I'll make a decision. I can't make a decision yet because I don't have it all figured out.
Right.
You'll never have it all figured out, ever. And I really am now to the point to where I teach my sons, man, just make the decision, and the options will become available, and you'll figure it out then.
Right.
Just go, jump in it.
Right.
I heard that speech from a couple military generals. They're like, how do you know whether to do plan A or plan B? He's like, I can do A or B and be okay, and I'll figure it out once I go down that road.
That's right.
You're like, what? That's true.
Right.
But he can't sit there and not do anything,
Right.
right? So we jumped in. I took this renovation project, built a 8,000 square foot gym. I didn't know what I was doing. That's okay. Had 8 parking spots on my lease. Didn't even think about what the needs were for parking. And how I now do part of what I do today happened accidentally. And here's how it worked. We were doing boot camps and just training clients. We didn't have like a large gym. It was 8,000 square feet. And one day walks in a fellow by the name of Tony. And Tony walks in, he goes, hey, I hear you're a good businessman. I want to rent your gym and train my clients, and they're going to pay a membership in your gym. I have some high-end clients I need to train. Like, high-end, like who? Like, and he was managing 3 24-hour fitnesses at the day. I'm like, why can't you train them at 24? Why are you coming here? Is this a business I don't know about?
Right.
He goes, well, high-end like Bob and Cal McNair. I'm like the owners of the Houston Texans? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you train them? He goes, yeah. Yeah, you can't train those kind of people at 24, can you? No. I mean, imagine some upset client walks up, man, let me tell you how bad your D-line sucks this year. Right. You need some help, right? Your quarterback is horrible.
Right.
No, they can't do that. So, Tony, how many people like this do you train? He's like, I got probably 10, 20, like in that caliber. And sure enough, he did. Wow. And that's how I launched on what I'm doing today. So I said, so let me get this straight. You want to pay me as an independent trainer and rent my gym on a monthly fee, and then your clients will buy a membership like everybody. He goes, yeah. I said, someone else doing this I don't know about? And he goes, yeah. A company called, I can't even remember their name now here in Houston. I'll think of it here in a little bit. They were the originators of this concept. So I went and studied the market and figured out in about a week I figured it out. And I was like, no one's really doing this well, in my opinion. I don't know if y'all watch me today, I'm sure in their own right, they're doing well for whatever they want. So I applied it and I had some business experience and we launched and took off. Became pretty good at what we were doing. And we had some really high-end clientele in our building at that time. The market started adjusting and changing. We ran out of space quickly. And I remember one of my clients was the owner, Mr. McCormick, Visible Changes. If you know who Jan Duncan is, Jan and Dan Duncan. Jan Duncan, her house is the next house across from the River Oaks Country Club. Nicest lady in the world. I think last time I saw her, she was in IHOP. She's a cool lady. Neat people, and you learn about them, and they're all normal.
Right.
Right. Normal people.
Nice people you can meet.
Normal people.
Right.
And I don't know if you heard the stories about her husband, Dan Duncan, but kind of guy, worth, how many billions of dollars. Drove a pickup truck, and he'd go eat at a Subway sandwich shop, and you probably just couldn't tell who he was. But everybody knew who they were, and he made his money. Neat people.
And so today, can you tell us about the reality show you have going on here? And the reason I'm asking is because at this place, reality show, podcast, this is the up and coming vision for this city.
In the market, yeah. So when I ran out of space doing my first location, this building became available, and we're Interloop Galleria and almost 30,000 square feet. I had to take a step back before I moved in here, and I was looking around the United States trying to figure out, okay, am I the only one? Has someone already put this together, or am I the only one who's put this in my mind? I couldn't find anybody else doing it, and it was one of those moments where you're like, am I the only weird genius, maybe? Or am I the only idiot trying to do something no one can't do? Right? We've had those moments. And I guess I kind of just threw it to the wind and just said, no, we can do this. If I can do it in this space, I can do it over here. I didn't have any comps to justify any of it, but here we are. So we hopped in and we started building, and my vision was health, wellness, fitness. Had 30 offices to lease out to wellness professionals, a lot of independent trainers, and that was my model. I didn't even advertise. I barely put signage on the building. I would smile and dial. So I learned in my sales career, I forgot who taught that, Jim Rohn, maybe you're one of them, back in our dial-up day phone, a phone on the thing, you dial it, you put a penny, a nickel, and a quarter on there. The more numbers you hit, the more money you've made. Start studying how that psychological work, but it's true. The more calls you make, more money you make. So I'd smile and dial. Independent trainers, hey, my name's Lee. I built this crazy thing called my old brand was The Core. Probably the best mousetrap you ever seen. You gotta come check out and see what I do. And we became the most prolific in the United States doing that business model. It was a lot of learning curves and a lot of failures and positives and wins. And you'd have people say, man, you're a genius. I don't know what that means, but I hear you. You don't see all the BS I had to do yesterday, but okay. Okay. But much like the athlete the NFL guy who's catching his stride about to make big money, he looks like a genius, doesn't he? Man, you're good. You just got good like last week? No, dude, I've been doing this for 9 years. So my vision today is we're transitioning out of the brand called The Core, which is my initial brand for the past 10 years. And I had a really exciting vision. And a lot of it was predicated on the changes that COVID brought upon us. COVID hurt a lot of independent operators. And that's what I'm dealing with almost exclusively. At the time, I was hosting about 100 independent operators in this building, all related to health, wellness, and fitness. Trainers, chiropractors, massage therapists, doctors. And then post-COVID, probably half of those people weren't even in the industry anymore. They had to go transition, go get a job, switch careers, move. So I had to look at my opportunities and come up with a better plan. And I think I have. I know I have. I do a lot of tours with my new vision that I have now. Just shared the story with my boys last night. I said, boys, my sons, here's how we know we're on the right track, because they're part of my company. My oldest works the front desk.
Right.
He just turned 16 3 days ago. Just got his driver's license Monday.
Oh, you're a good guy.
My proud papa moment. He's a great kid. But he worked the front desk since he's 13 to make money to buy part of his car. And people see him at the front desk and they're like, wow. And he's surrounded by the caliber of people he's surrounded by in this building. That's what's cool.
Right.
I mean, I had a heart surgeon walk in my office one day and go, Lee, is that your son up front? Because we look identical. He's very beautiful. I said, yeah, why? Is he doing okay? He's like, yeah, I just want to tell you, man, you're a good dad. That kid is good.
Right.
I mean, of course, he's a jackass to me half the time, right? Because I'm his dad. He'll listen to you too.
Right.
But those kind of opportunities are really unique. And I said, boys, you know how we know we're on the right track? I have strangers walking in my building and I give them a tour, show them what we're offering, and we're batting about 1,000 right now where everybody goes, this is a genius product, Lee. Great vision. Versus, boys, we probably should be questioning what we're doing. If half those people are like, I don't know if this is going to work. Well, that's not, where'd you come up with this idea?
Yeah.
And that's kind of, it feeds you. And it keeps you on that path. You're like, okay, this makes sense. And then the introductions you get, likes of you guys. I met an influencer last night. I met a pro athlete a couple of weeks ago. It just strikes iron, right?
Yeah. Well, you're on time because you're steady evolving, right? Evolving, and I happen to notice that up front with the pictures, it seems like you're getting ready to, or you have a vision of expanding even more, turning into something a little different from what you have right now.
Yeah.
You know?
We're going to continue with the business products that have gotten it to this point. And we'll do another recording, and I can tell you how I did a lot of R&D and research to get to a new vision plan. But I did some market research and realized, man, there's really neat opportunities we need to take advantage of. The basics I start with are this. Is Houston a great economy today? Man, we're some of the best in the United States right now. Everybody's moving here. Are we going to double in population in the next 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is? Yeah, it's just a matter of time. I see it. I've been here for so long, I can see it. Great diversity, great economy, low standard of living, and we all just need to create, service products and own real estate, things like this. So put a plan together to where we're going to create an environment in this building, which is the continuation of health, wellness, fitness,
Right.
and now start adding content creation like we're doing today. Influencing, as you mentioned, we got approached to do a reality TV show in this building. And I'll tell you about that in a second. Artists, collaboration, fitness competitions, parking lot pop-up parties. My building sits 100 yards away from the 6th busiest intersection in the United States. So we got great eyeballs passing by our building. So I saw that video. I was like, man, I need to let people know what this is.
Right.
We can build something neat and cool, and now make this a spot to where even the guys like you come here, figure out what is something that can benefit you out of this building. And if I can help 1,000 people do that, we're all sharing and networking and collaborating. That becomes a really neat project.
Right.
I can't find it anywhere in the United States on this size of scale.
Right.
There's a couple of comps I found. But the opportunity is really exciting.
Right. But that's the unique thing is that you can work with anybody.
Yeah.
No matter creed, no matter where they come from. Because like you said, this is a diverse city. That's a unique skill though, because everybody can't do that. You know? Everybody, you come in this place and almost feel at home.
That's what I want, right?
Yeah.
And we're all crazy humans. We're all self-serving. But at the end of the day, I think we have an inclination to want to work with other people, build other people up, find ways to help bring value to each other. You guys, I've identified, have certain skills I think it'd be really valuable in this building. Some of the projects I want to work with you guys on is creating consistent daily content. The amount of conversations that could be filmed and edited and recorded just in this building. You know, one day I might be interviewing a rap star. One of my tenants is friends with Ice-T, and she's going to bring him in the building the next time he's in town. That'd be great to have in this room, wouldn't it?
That's right.
Get an NFL guy in here, yap about it. I got high-end business people like Frank Lou works out here, and just really high-end business people. I used to have some of the coaches from U of H work out here back in the day, Coach Herman and Coach Applewhite. Carl Lewis used to come in this building. It's such a small world, right? Because my son doesn't know who Carl Lewis is. But
Look, the Olympics going on right now.
Yeah, but turn that into podcasts and infomercials and cross collaboration. Of course, we have health, wellness, and fitness, but I'm actually almost more excited about the event space that we're going to be doing.
Vegan Vibes coming up.
Yes, one of my tenants has vegan festivals that he puts together, and we're going to capture that audience and do that in our parking lot. My vision is every weekend, get an exotic car show in the parking lot with food trucks and fitness competitions and indoor galas and Dr. Lunch and Learns and podcasts and how about DJ competitions? How about sports athlete autograph signings? Truck shows for Christmas. Movie night projector on the building out in the parking lot, like back in the old days. You pull up in your car, you just get a blanket and hop in the parking. That'd be cool. That'd be really unique, neat. Come work out. Sure. What y'all doing there? Y'all work out there too? Great. I need a spa. I need a trainer. I need boot camps, right? One of my neat projects I'm working on right now, one of my buddies at Dual Foster, he trains a lot of neat NFL guys, and he's from the NFL industry. And we're putting a neat boot camp HIT training class together. We're going to turn that into a franchise product. So we're using this building as the laboratory to build that and launch it. And now it'll be, a fan club product. So we have Fan Club Content Studio. We have the After Dark Fan Club. Just another market segment of people who enjoy the late night life, right? The night owls.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's really exciting. I spend a lot of time and energy. My boys, my young children are getting of the age to where they like to be involved. They're heavily into social media. I'm not. I'm having to learn a lot about that. I got some great team members now. Barry, you've met already. Barry's my social media mixologist. I'll give her that title, mixologist. And she's great at getting social media promoted on Instagram and TikTok and all that. Met an influencer last night. He has 100,000 followers. And he was here with his mom looking at putting an office in here. Neat stuff. And he was like, man, I can get some DJ concerts in here. But you want to do that? I'm like, that'd be cool. Let's do that. So, I've been working on this. I'm a pretty simple guy. In my 50s, I'm business, home, kids, Chick-fil-A. I have a real passion for helping people. I do a lot of business coaching. I enjoy mentoring. I give a lot of free advice. I've learned over time, if I can help people achieve better, it's called acumen, better business acumen, they will produce a better result, which actually makes my life easier. So it is selfish, but why not? Exactly. If there's something I know that can help you do better business, which in turn gives me less stress, that's what I want. And then y'all go pay it forward to someone else.
There you go. Well, you touch so many people who will view what we're doing right now because they can learn, right? And I like to use the word motivate because it's a motivational piece, to actually sit and talk with someone who has achieved, but not only achieved goals, who says, wait, there's more I can do. I'm not done yet. let me keep rolling. You know, it's some more that we can do. I can add on to this, which lets you know that you're never done. You know, you're never done. And also, we thank you for keeping Houston fit. You know, that's very important. You know, being fit. You know, it helps you with your doctor bills. You know, it's so much, and also they have a place where they can come and work out, be comfortable, good atmosphere,
network, collaborate,
content. I mean, one-stop shop. You know, I call this is the fitness mall. You know, right here. So definitely, you all that's watching, you gotta check out Fan Club Health and Fitness and Wellness. You know?
And here's what I suggest they do. Stop by and do a visit and just come exercise and see how you like the place. We'll give them a complimentary exercise visit, complimentary spa visit, where we got things like chair massage and red light therapy, infrared sauna, spray tans. We can even get them a complimentary visit in Abdul's HIIT training boot camp. That'd be nice. I want people to, you either have to touch it, experience it, taste it, to see if it's something you like. So come in and try that. Go visit a chiropractor, the massage therapist, or get some services. I have really realized, post-COVID silver lining, people, especially people with money, realized that their time is valuable. And when you find someone who's achieved all the money, financial money that they think they need and want, what's now the most important thing? Time. I got all the money I could possibly spend. What can I not control? What can I not have an endless supply of? Time. You know, my mother passed at a very young age. You don't know when you're going to go. So I want to provide a space where they can maximize time. Come in, get their exercise, get their massage, get their food, get their spa services, and then come to an podcast episode. Then, you know, one of my clients, he does high-end real estate stuff. I'd love for him to come in and yap with me, and his 20,000 viewers will know about our facility. And if anybody needs to buy a piece of property in Tanglewood, they're going to call him. The amount of networking we can do is amazing.
Houston.
Right? So thank you guys for indulging me and telling me I can sit here and yap all day, and I need to tell you my next story the next time about how I really did a deep dive into why Fan Club needs to happen. And it was scary. Trying to figure all that out. Can I do it? This is too much. Can we make the change? I have thought about this, and here's how we'll end. If I knew today the amount of nonsense I'd have to do for 10, 16 years to get this point, I might have not chosen 10 years ago to do this. So you should be glad you don't know. Because you might not, you'd be like, ooh, that's too scary. Wait, I got to do all that?
Right.
Woo! You mean COVID's going to happen and I got to weather COVID? So sometimes it's good you just don't know. Just dive into it and you'll figure it out. Keep yourself surrounded with positive people. And man, you'll figure out a way. Just keep your mind open. So thank you for having me.
Definitely. And I'm glad to have you on the show. Great segue. Until next time, Lee, Fan Club, Health and Wellness. Appreciate you.
Yes. Talk to you next time.
We out.